The most revealing behaviors are the ones we don't even notice in ourselves. While most people focus on the obvious traits of Sigma males, their independence, quiet confidence, and ability to move outside social hierarchies, something far more revealing flies under the radar. The subtle habits they don't even realize they're showing. These aren't calculated strategies or practiced moves. They're automatic responses, so deeply woven into how they operate that they've become invisible, even to them. What's almost haunting is how these unconscious patterns impact everyone around them. Without trying or even noticing, Sigma males trigger strong reactions, some magnetic, some unsettling, but almost never neutral. The real tension lies in the gap between what they intend and what others perceive. People pick up on signals the Sigma male doesn't even know he's sending, reading meanings into actions that, for him, are just default settings. Let's pull back the curtain on 6 unusual things Sigma males do without even realizing it, and why these hidden patterns leave such a lasting impression on everyone they meet. Number 1. Make people feel exposed without saying a word. Have you ever watched someone suddenly become uncomfortable for no clear reason? They might start over-explaining themselves, fidgeting more, or trying too hard to seem casual. Often, there's a Sigma on the receiving end who has no idea he's causing this reaction. Something about their steady gaze makes people feel seen. Not just looked at, but actually seen through. The weird part is that the Sigma male isn't trying to make anyone nervous. He's usually just paying attention. While most people bounce their eyes around during conversations, half listening while thinking about what they'll say next, the Sigma tends to actually focus. He's taking in the whole picture, the words, the tone, the body language, the inconsistencies, not to judge, just to understand. This full attention feels like a spotlight to people who aren't used to it, especially for those with something to hide. This natural focus can feel almost like mind reading. They start wondering, does he know I'm not being completely honest? Can he tell I'm exaggerating? Is he seeing through my act? The Sigma notices the sudden weird energy but doesn't connect it to his behavior. He might wonder why people sometimes get twitchy or overly talkative around him when he's just listening normally. What he doesn't realize is that genuine attention has become so rare that many people don't know how to handle it. Surrounded by partial attention and distracted conversations, being truly seen feels like having your cover blown, even when there's nothing to hide. Number 2. Disconnect emotionally when respect is lost. One day you're having deep conversations with him. The next day, something's different. He's still polite, still talks to you, still might even hang out. But that deeper connection, it's gone, like someone flipped a switch. What exactly happened to cause this change? You probably crossed a line that matters deeply to a Sigma male: respect. And the strange part is, he may never tell you about it. Sigma males feel emotions strongly. They're not robots or cold people. They care, they connect. They build relationships. But there's a protective mechanism that kicks in automatically when their respect for someone diminishes. The emotional bridge simply retracts. Robert Glover, psychologist and relationship expert, explains this as emotional self-regulation, the ability to adjust emotional investment based on internal values rather than external pressure. For Sigma personalities, respect is the foundation that holds everything else together. The key thing most people miss about this behavior is simple. This disconnection isn't about punishment or manipulation. It's not a silent treatment designed to make you apologize. It's simply his authentic response. When the foundation cracks, the building naturally becomes unstable. You might notice he's less interested in your opinions, shares fewer personal thoughts, or maintains a friendly surface without the previous depth. The conversation keeps flowing, but the current underneath is gone. What makes this especially confusing for others? He often doesn't realize how obvious this shift is to the people around him. He's not trying to send any message. He's just responding naturally to his changed perception of the relationship. The emotional step back happens automatically, like pulling your hand from a hot stove. For the person on the receiving end, this feels like losing access to a room they didn't even know could be locked. Number 3. Stay silent even when they know the answer. Knowledge is power, but sometimes, even more powerful is keeping that knowledge to yourself. Most people rush to share what they know. The moment they have information, an answer, or an insight, they can't wait to put it on display. It feels good to be the one with the solution, to demonstrate value, to show others how much you know. Sigma males do exactly the opposite, often without even realizing it. They'll sit quietly in a conversation where everyone's trying to figure something out. They'll watch people debate, discuss, and even argue about a topic they could easily clarify. And despite knowing the answer, they'll say absolutely nothing. This isn't about feeling superior or enjoying others' confusion. Psychologists point to something deeper. For many introspective personalities, information isn't about social currency or status. They instinctively understand that not every problem needs their solution, not every confusion needs their clarity. Why do they hold back when sharing would be so easy? Part of it is natural observation. They're learning more by watching how others think through problems than they would by jumping in with answers. Part of it is respect for others' journeys. Sometimes people need to work through issues themselves rather than being handed solutions. The strange part is that when they finally do speak up, people listen differently, precisely because they don't offer opinions on everything. We live in a time when everyone feels pressured to have a take on everything. The person who speaks only when they have something meaningful to add has become strangely rare and impossible to ignore when they finally decide to share what they know. Number 4. Underplay their skills to avoid attention. Most of us can't wait to show off what we're good at. When we learn something new or master a skill, we want recognition. We update our social profiles, mention it in conversations, and look for chances to demonstrate our abilities. Sigma males do something that seems completely backward. They hide their skills, even from people who might be impressed. You might know someone like this. Maybe they're an amazing guitar player, but never mention it. Or they speak 3 languages but only use one. Perhaps they're incredibly knowledgeable about a subject, but stay quiet when it comes up. This isn't about being shy or lacking confidence. It's about valuing substance over attention. Carol Dweck's research on mindsets shows that some people focus on the process of mastery rather than the recognition it brings. For those with a Sigma personality, the satisfaction comes from the skill itself, not from others knowing about it. What's strange is that they don't even realize how unusual this behavior is. While others are carefully crafting their image and highlighting their talents, Sigma males are often genuinely confused by the idea of using skills to impress people. You might accidentally discover they've been doing something impressive for years and never thought to mention it. It never came up, they'll say, completely missing how bizarre that seems to most people. The true motivation isn't modesty or humility. It's just that external validation doesn't register as particularly important to them. The internal satisfaction of knowing they can do something well is enough. In a culture obsessed with personal branding and self-promotion, their natural tendency to understate their abilities makes them almost invisible, exactly as they prefer. Number 5. Analyze people's intentions, not their words. Words are just the surface. What people really mean lies underneath. Most of us take conversations at face value. We hear what someone says and pretty much believe that's what they mean. Sure, we might catch obvious lies, but generally we take people's words as their true message. While most people stop at the words, Sigma males instinctively look deeper, processing both what's said and why it's being said. This isn't about being suspicious or paranoid. It's about picking up on the full message. When someone speaks, the Sigma male's brain automatically asks, why are they telling me this? What do they really want? Does this align with their past actions? Dr. Albert Mehrabian, a pioneer in communication research, found that only 7% of emotional communication comes from the actual words used. The remaining 93% comes from nonverbal cues, with 38% coming from tone of voice and 55% from facial expression. Those with a Sigma personality seem naturally tuned to this fuller picture. The funny thing is, they don't realize other people aren't doing the same thing. They assume everyone else is also reading between the lines, noticing inconsistencies, and sensing underlying motives. When others take words at face value, it genuinely confuses them. This creates a strange situation. The Sigma might respond to what he thinks you really mean rather than what you actually said. This can feel either incredibly insightful, how did he know what I was really asking? Or unsettling, why isn't he answering my actual question? What makes this habit so powerful is how it grows over time. While most people focus on what others say, the Sigma focuses on why they say it, building a deeper understanding of human nature that most people never reach. Number 6. Question authority even in everyday situations. Because I said so has never been a satisfying answer to anyone. The difference is that most people eventually accept it anyway. There's a moment we've all experienced. Someone in charge makes a decision that clearly makes no sense. Everyone sees it, everyone knows it, but the room falls silent as people nod along. Everyone except the Sigma male. He's not out to rebel or stir things up. He doesn't stand on desks or give speeches against the system. His questioning is calm, logical, and quiet, but it shows up in the exact moments when others choose to stay silent. Simple questions that others are thinking but hesitate to voice. Experts call this behavior healthy skepticism, the ability to evaluate claims and decisions based on evidence rather than authority. While most people develop a filter that stops them from questioning those in power, Sigma personalities often lack this particular social barrier. They genuinely don't understand why a bad idea should be followed just because it came from someone with a certain title or position. The concept feels foreign to them, almost as if everyone's playing a game with rules that make no sense. This habit often starts in childhood. While most kids learn that questioning authority leads to trouble, some maintain their natural curiosity about why things are done certain ways. This continues into adulthood, where it becomes both a strength and a social complication. What they rarely realize is how this straightforward questioning often says out loud what everyone else in the room is silently thinking. If this video spoke to you, I'd be happy to have you join our community by subscribing. Don't forget to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for being here. As always, stay strong and keep evolving.